So today I want to talk to you guys about parry tech, and what it is actually possible to do in between a parry and a riposte in Dark Souls 3. There's not really that much that you can actually do, but there are a couple things that would surprise you, honestly. So to start off, the first question that anyone's going to ask is, how much time exactly do I have between a parry and a riposte? And the answer is, it's not a specific time. Here's an actual list of all the things I know that affect how much time you have between a parry and a riposte. But enough about that, let's talk about the actual techs that I found that are possible. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the Fat Taco, which is just swapping 2 or more of your clothing items. Against an NPC, 2 is the maximum, but if you are against an opponent who has a lot of latency, you could probably manage 3 or 4. The only tip I have for you guys on this one is make sure you have all your stuff in the same direction when you're equipping, whether that be up, down, left, or right. You don't want them to be alternating or different because it makes it more difficult to do. The next one is the double Linguini, where you swap both your left and right hand equipment at the same time. There's literally only one use case for this, and that is to swap your left hand to a Morian blade while swapping your right hand to something that's got high crit. And I honestly don't think this will ever see any use personally, but it's possible to do, so if you're interested, go for it. The only tip here is make sure you have your stuff, your left-hand item equipped in the 3rd slot so that you can jump directly to it. Otherwise, it's pretty much impossible. Next, we have the Quesdilla Shuffle. This is where you stack a toggle input after the parry so that when you're swapping your Hornet Ring, your character is also at the same time switching to a more powerful weapon for the riposte. It's actually pretty useful, and if you can master it, it's incredibly deadly in PvP. Next, we have the Baby Burrito, which is playing off the Burrito combo from Dark Souls 1. Literally all you do is you're throwing knife someone in the riposte. You just gotta make sure you're close enough because you are canceling the end of the throwing knife animation into a riposte. You have to actually be touching the whole time for it to work. And the last one we have is the Pickled Jalapeno, which is spicy as fuck as it is impossible to pull off. I have managed to do it one time against a person who is in Europe. I have not managed it a single time afterwards. It is like the ultimate tech that you cannot be pulled off. So take it as you will, but it is swapping your right hand weapon and then buffing with the resin immediately afterwards for the riposte. My only advice here is have godlike fingers. If any of these have already been named by someone else out there, just link me a thread or a video about it and I will put an annotation over it as well. So, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this stupid bullshit.
Bonus soda.